Good morning, YouTube community, and whoever else might be watching today. It is Sunday morning, 10:10 in the morning, and this is Fireblood. This is going to be a somewhat ramble update or what have you. And what brought me to this point was there has been several videos posted recently by various YouTube paid presenters about the act of smoking a pipe or act of cellaring your tobacco and things like that. First, let me start by saying thank you to anyone who has subscribed to my channel. I believe right now I'm around 113 subscribers, which is astronomical in my mind, seeing as how my channel, although somewhat populated, is anything but the regular pipe channel that you would find. It does border on subjects like prepping, survival, and of course pipe smoking. What I wanted to talk about today is that there has been mention of whether one should cellar every kind of tobacco and constantly look for things that you haven't tried, or whether you should be content with only a core certain few and smoke that. Well, when I started this whole piping adventure, obviously my funds for purchasing tobacco was entirely different. So I would essentially buy several tins at a time, some aromatic, some Virginia, some Latakia, Perique, what have you. And I would constantly be purchasing. Mostly this was done because I didn't know what kind of blend I liked, what kind of palate I would have. So I wanted to basically try everything to be able to determine. And close to when my income stopped coming in is when I realized what kind of palate I had. Of course, at that point, much of the tobacco that I had collected had been smoked through. And I could show what used to be my cellar, which is essentially a small tote that now holds a bunch of empty mason jars that I would store the tobacco in. What I have come to learn is that one should be happy with whatever blend is comforting to that pipe smoker. For example, you have the Artful Conjurer, who I'm sure has a variety of options available to him, but he has found comfort in velvet. And some people find comfort in Haunted Bookshop. I personally haven't tried that blend, so I don't know much about it other than what I've heard. What I've come to realize is that the conjure blends that can usually be inexpensive to get hold just as much enjoyment as a $9 or $10 tin of Cornell and Deal, or the now limited findings of Throckmorton or McClellan blend. What I have done is I have, on the rare occasion I have tobacco, I have savored it and rationed it. Today, actually, before making this video, I had the last remaining amount of a Virginia Perique blended in with a Captain Black Royal, and that was donated to me roughly a month ago. And this isn't something that I broadcast, because many of the YouTube community has a steady income. I think I'm in a small group of people that don't have a steady income. So I don't have a constant purchase of tobacco or a blend or anything like that. Some people view pipe smoking as a collector, in which they go through and purchase pipes, which I have no problem with. I have a few different briars that I have purchased when I had the funds early in my piping adventure, and I have several corn cobs. What I do, or what I did when I could, is basically I don't have a smoking pipe and a non-smoked pipe. If I own a pipe, that means I smoke it or smoke from it. There are some that designate a certain pipe to a certain type of tobacco. This was something that I couldn't personally grasp as feasible. Originally, I tried smoking Mississippi River in a particular corn cob, and I found that seemed somewhat burdensome when I didn't have Mississippi River. So that means that that particular pipe wouldn't be used. And it didn't seem like a good choice. If you own a pipe and you enjoy the pipe, the way it smokes, how it reacts with whatever tobacco you put in it, I feel that you should be able to smoke from it and enjoy the pipe. There, to me at least, isn't a point of having 4 or 5 pipes that are not supposed to be smoked from. Kind of like the grandmother that has the china cabinet full of dishes that are for when company comes over. If company never comes over, those dishes are never used. And then it's just wasted space. As far as cellaring tobacco goes, this is another topic that some either are totally for or totally against. I've seen videos where you get a tin or a few tins of a certain blend and you never touch it, not until at least a year or longer. Well, for me, I don't see the point in that, because if you're not going to enjoy it, to partake of what made you buy it, it's the same as if you hadn't bought it to begin with. And if you didn't buy it, you would have that amount of money that you had spent still able to purchase other things, whether it be pipe tobacco related or not. One thing that I've come to find similar is that many people that are preppers get caught up in buying gear. Well, I need to buy this particular knife because if I'm ever in this particular situation, I can do this with it. So they spend however much on that knife and then they never use it because they don't find themselves in that situation. A simpler way to look at it is a prepper with food. I'm going to buy a year's worth of rice and assorted beans, black beans, navy beans, what have you. And now I've got all of this set aside for in case I need it. But you don't rotate through that food. And that seems to be what a tobacco cellar is, as far as I'm concerned. A certain amount of tobacco that is set aside that isn't rotated through, so now you're not even enjoying what you originally bought. It's just, once again, sitting there taking up space. And this could be my own mental hang-ups that cause me to think like this, but I think that preppers and people involved in tobacco, pipe smoking, cigar smoking, what have you, are very similar when it comes to this point, that whether it is, say, rice and beans, or whether it is a currently wide available selection, putting it to the side and never looking at it, never partaking of that amount that you have saved, means that you're denying yourself the joys and pleasures of that act. Whether it is, like I said, eating a regular or fine meal, or regular or fine tobacco, smoking it. Like I said, this is a ramble, and I could go on for a lot longer. As many of you know, right now there are a lot of people hitting 100+ subs, so there is a lot of giveaways being done, and I congratulate everyone who has managed to gather in that many people and hold their interest. When it comes to my own channel, I am a little dumbfounded as to why exactly I am holding this number that I'm holding. Like I said, my videos are rather random, whether it be a video on a prepper-related subject or a conspiracy-related subject. I have much more said to the empty walls of where I am than on video. So you can imagine what's being said or thought of off camera. As far as a giveaway, if I had the funds to put together a package to send to whoever might win the package, I would. But right now, there is no funds. So I am not able to gather not only a package for a winner, but a set of tobacco for myself. And but once I do have an income and I am able to put something together, it will be put out there. There has been a few people that have been kind and gracious enough to provide me with tobacco, and they have not been overlooked. Once I do have funds available, there will be something for them, whether it be done under the radar while a giveaway is happening, or around a holiday that presents are only given. But this video is nearing 20 minutes, and I definitely wasn't wanting a long video. So I hope all of you are enjoying your weekend. And if you're in the north where summer has definitely ended, I hope that you're staying warm, staying healthy, and I will see you next time.